for the last 2 years, we've been working on the demolition of Jackson Mill. And so that sort of got stalled in the middle of the pandemic because the company that was doing the demolition is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So their restrictions were a little more stricter at the beginning. And so we had to deal with that. So that delayed the project over several months, but that project is complete now. So we're glad. That could have been done a little earlier. Of course, the pandemic, we want to keep everybody safe, those workers as well. Of course, they had to deal with their state's restrictions. But that did delay that project, and we were excited because everything was moving quicker and sort of ahead of the schedule. And then, of course, it slowed down. But right now it's complete, so we're glad. That's an important project because that is 17 acres of prime property right in the middle of town, and we don't know what's going to happen there. But now that the demolition is complete, we're hoping to work, with some developers and some real estate agents to determine what is best suited for the town. What can we have here that would fit into a small town and boost our economy? Whatever happens there, whether it be residential or commercial, it's going to have a tremendous benefit on the town of Ivor and Anderson County and our residents. And we were hoping that whatever we can attract and whatever we'll develop there will bring jobs as well, which benefits the county and the town. It's always been a goal of the town, of the mayor and council, to attract residential development. And in a smaller town, especially on this end of the county, it's a little bit more difficult. We know that the northern part of the county is booming, and we congratulate them and we're excited for them. So it's a little harder for us on this end to attract that. We do have natural resources here that people love, but they're more rural based. We have the fresh lakes here, and we have a great agricultural based community here. So high density residential development is probably not going to happen right now. But to have some residential development, we're wanting to focus on that. And that has been a goal for quite a while. I think you'll see us get a little bit more energetic about that in the next couple of months because we do see that happening all over the county. And like I said, we congratulate the other towns, and the county's done a tremendous job in doing that. But we do want to get our share of it here as well. So we may have to work a little harder, but we're willing to do that. And Ivor serves as a hub for the southern part of the county. We have all the lake succession, several of the, even into Abbeville County, a lot of those folks come to Ivor to do their shopping and their business. So our greater area that we serve is probably more like 15 to 20,000. But again, we're a small town, but the city limits is about 1,600. When you're a small town, and I think with all the other towns as well, you sort of have your own energy, your own ambitions, and you have your ideas, and then you call for help. You call for backup. And so, we have our ideas, and we know what we'd like to see developed here. And but there's no doubt that the county would be cooperative with us, and we're certainly hoping for their participation with the Jackson Mill development. And I'm sure we'll get that. Our school district is really great here. We have a great superintendent, and they have really focused on making District 3 a star district as far as in our state, and they've done an excellent job. So we have great schools. We do have the natural resources here, the lakes, and that is a big calling card for this area because you have Lake Hartwell here, you have Lake Secession, Lake Russell, Lake Greenwood just down the road. We're on the route to Augusta, which is a busy corridor. So Ivor is good because you don't have high density. You don't have a lot of traffic here. And it's a growing community. Friendly people, great churches, and a lot of agriculture. A lot of people like that rural setting. And so we have that here. And I think you have local leaders here who care about their community and would do anything. We're still... we're so small that we know everybody. We know phone numbers, and one thing that I've noticed during the pandemic that I think is a great thing for a small town is we've been able to call. One thing that AVA has that that we're proud of is that we have really focused on senior adults here. We have a large population of senior adults, and we had a lot of programs going for them. With the pandemic, that stopped. And so we've been a little concerned about where are they doing? Are they staying safe? Are they at home? Is their social life impacted? And so we've been able to call them, we know them, and been able to check on them. And so that's been I think that's great in a local community when you know people by name. We would love to have our events next year because that does bring in folks into AVA, and when they're here, they shop, they eat at the restaurants. We don't know that that's going to happen, but we obviously want to continue on with plans to develop Jackson Mill. These are things that we can do in the office. These are planning things that don't involve a lot of people coming in. So while we're not able to host the events and have things like that, we can use that time to really focus on the things that are really going to matter in years to come. Development doesn't take place in a matter of months. It takes years. So in this time where we're sort of, we're in town hall and the doors are locked, it gives us an opportunity to really work on those plans with the zoning, with the infrastructure and all that stuff, the grants that we'll have to write. So while we're in a pandemic, as bad as that is, it does give us time to work on these much needed things too. And I know that sounds a little weird, but the fact is, we will utilize that time for these kind of things. As far as grants go, we don't know what the impact is going to be as far as is money going to be available with these agencies for us to be able to apply for. We hope so, and we're going to move on as if the money's there, but I guess we'll see next year what the impact is going to be fiscally. You have to plan for the future, and you have to work towards that. We understand the importance of social gatherings, the importance of people being with each other, the importance of communities having events and churches and those things where people come together because people need to be with people. And so once the vaccine is out, we want to get back to that as soon as possible, because that's a small town's charm, is when you can have a local event, have a band out, and you have people smiling and happy. So that is one thing that we're definitely looking forward to doing, just getting people back together. Our senior adult programs, I don't think we really realize the value in those programs. The county has been a tremendous help with those congregate dining programs, and it was going so strong. We had 40 or 50 senior adults three times a week that were meeting and having this meal with this congregate dining, and they were not only were they being fed with a nutritious meal, but they had entertainment, they had activities, and we've realized, hey, that's a tremendous loss right now. So that is something that we're definitely going to get back as soon as we can. And I think knowing the importance of that, it will make us, plan for a better gathering. Obviously, with social distancing and with safeguards in place. But we've got to get that back as soon as possible. And I think it'll be better. I think it's going to be a lot better for us because we know how important it was to our senior adults, but even to the senior adults because they've missed it for so long. They know what an important thing it was for them during the week to get out of their house, to have something to look forward to. So that's one thing. I think the pandemic has also taught us the importance of having policies in place that protect our employees. We have to be examples. The employees have to be examples to the community. And I think that one thing we realize is that we are role models. Town leaders are role models. And so post-pandemic, I think the way the community looks at its leaders is going to be important. And I think this has really taught us that. And I don't know what that means as far as what we do post-pandemic to be better role models, but I think that is something that we definitely have to look at doing. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but that would be a goal in the future as well. And that's something that we've learned from the pandemic. We have a website, townofiva.org. We have a Facebook page, and then obviously you can call us, 348-6193. Town hall is open, but I think the website is probably the best avenue to contact us. And we're always posting on Facebook as well.